It is my pleasure to provide a brief overview of the progress achieved in the teaching exchange under the Risalva project, particularly focusing on the urban planning workshop course offered to final year students at UCA in El Salvador. The content to be covered will encompass the academic context in which these results have emerged, key outcome of the urban planning workshop course, and finally, our students will give a summary of urban design project in which they implemented the concept they learned. Urban planning workshop serves as a valuable learning experience for students entering the professional stage of their academic journey. This workshop offers students the chance to apply their knowledge and skill to real-world urban planning and design challenge. In this instance, the urban planning workshop featured the participation of Professor Hans-Peter Rauch and Stephan Horbinger from Boku University, and Sandra Gutíerrez, who lead the team UCA in El Salvador. They introduced our students to the fundamental criteria for planning intervention in riparian structures, emphasizing nature-based engineering solutions through a comprehensive presentation. The initial key outcome of the analysis conducted in Montreal neighborhoods involves the identification of primary socioeconomic information through a census, specifically tailored to the Montreal neighborhood area. This is significant given the limited availability of such detailed information in El Salvador. The second critical result entailed the development of territory diagnosis that encompass various aspects of the area, including housing, infrastructure, facilities, urban mobility, ecosystem, etc. Subsequently, each team presents a synthesis illustrating how these aspects interrelate in the territorial context. The third noteworthy achievement is the formulation of improvement plan for the neighborhood and the identification of critical intervention areas in both infrastructure and social programs. This contributes to a prospective and a holistic approach to the study. Ultimately, diverse urban prep projects are crafted as a part of a workshop, addressing issues such as flooding, solid waste, urban mobility, public space, and stream pollution. This takes into consideration the current and future relationship with the river and, in general, with the riparian structure. And now our student will give us a brief about their urban design projects.
Hello, my classmate Carla Ramos and I, Joanna Sanchez, will present the Neighborhood Improvement Plan, which focuses on improving the road infrastructure along Montreal Avenue as the main route in the colony and therefore the most used by its residents. Below are the proposed projects for intervention, which include the incorporation of urban furniture, the right-of-way comprising sidewalks, flower beds, and bike line, as well as the inclusion of parklets to promote local economic and commercial development. You can see the architectural plans of the left side illustrating each intervention. The proposed interventions stem from the following key concepts. Firstly, sustainable mobility focuses on promoting the safe use of alternative transportation methods and pedestrian mobility. Secondly, public space and safety, creating meeting and rest areas.
We also have waste management, establishing a recycling and waste management program to reduce pollution and promote environmental sustainability. and local economy, creating a space that encourages the local economy of the area's residents through commerce-oriented parklets. And as part of the materials used in the urban furniture, we have wood, steel, concrete, polycarbonate, cobblestone, metal, and wire mesh. Lastly, at the bottom of the sheet, there are renders of proposed intervention in Montreal, and thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. This is our last document in which we show you what we investigate about the Montreal. We did a diagnostic of the area about the physical problems present in the site, like pollution, traffic, and environment. First of all, I want to comment the problems of Montreal in which we focus, like the population of the area don't know how nearby place where they can make their purchase or grocery shopping, and the people doesn't have a good illumination there. We have developed two projects located in the downtown area. The first project is based on the construction of a plaza for free trade. The concept of ephemeral architecture has been taken in which merchants will use furniture that is not fixed to use the space according to the user's needs. This space seeks to be a boost for economic development of Montreal. The second project consists of placing public lighting in the downtown area, this giving a greater perception of security in the area. So, since this is its location, it will also be taken into account to generate a better illuminated square, so that it can be used at night for the people feeling safe. Thanks.
Good day, it is a pleasure to share with you the Neighborhood Improvement Plan in Colonia Montreal. The development vision of the plan is to achieve the recovery of natural resources in the neighborhood within a story area of 0.56 square kilometers, which represents 55% of the total area of the neighborhood. 7 projects have been designed and categorized into 3 intervention strategies. The first involves reforestation, sanitation, and recovery of natural resources. The second focuses on accessibility and connection between communities. And the third strategy involves integrations and training of strengthened social fabric. Out of the 7 projects, we will provide detailed information on the community participation through tactical urbanism interventions projects. Before diving into the description, a financing instrument was proposed to assess the project feasibility. In this case, a special contribution was designed for the execution of the works, along with the municipality tax for maintenance. The project concept is the revitalization of spaces and the strengthening of social fabric through tactical urbanisms. Criteria such as an horizontal connectivity access, infrastructure improvement, and public space revitalizations are taken into account. As seen in the blueprints, sections, and rendering, the project involves the intervention of a horizontal axis with 3 identified street types: a vehicular street with parklets interventions, a vehicular road, and a pedestrian path. Tactical urbanism interventions are carried out on each, including street and wall interventions, sidewalk expansions, incorporation of plan beds and parklets, urban equipment and furniture, and pedestrian safety elements. Additionally, the design of plan beds considers the incorporation of a rainwater system retention to mitigate flooding issues in the area. Lastly, as shown in the rendering, the revitalization of Montreal Park is proposed, featuring a multi-use court, children play area, board games area, space to promote neighborhood commerce, an urban gym, and a lookout. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hello, today we present the final project of the Urbanistic workshop with a typology of intervention of structural axes, and for a better understanding of this, it has been divided into 3 parts: location and definition of the area of study and intervention, identification of problems and beneficiaries, development of the project. As a first point, the spatial context is recognized, which is Colonia Montreal in Mejicanos, and for a better understanding, 3 zones are classified. In the next stage, a neighborhood analysis was carried out where the main problems were identified. The first of these is the damage of natural environment. and as the second point, the damage of the road networks and mobility. As these are the main axes for a neighborhood regeneration, that is why we choose to work in the north area of the colony, and we analyze the primary and the secondary streets, complementary and abandoned spaces present. As a third point of the project, we propose a reorganization of the road, which include optimal and functional spaces. For this, we will make use of tactical urbanism to promote soft mobility in the area, for which we present 5 types of interventions under the same concept that will be depend of the width of the road. As a complementary part of the intervention, we present a solution for the improvement of rainwater collection to avoid disasters in the area and to make use of this. Finally, the financing instrument is present. The project is divided into 2 phases. The first conclusion of the cycle lanes is carried out with funds from the municipality, and the second, construction of cycle roads and cycle paths will be paid through a special contribution imposed on residents of the north area. Thank you.
Group 5, we present Eco Depot, an urban initiative addressing solid waste management in the Montreal community. The project aims to restore the urban rivers in the area while serving a vulnerable community. After analyzing the area, we were able to identify that the rivers are a key ecological factor that the community has. However, they are marred by extensive garbage, posing threats to the environment and public health.
Motivated by this concern, we conceived the transformation of vacant land into integrated waste collection points. Employing the underground container technology, we were able to develop pocket parks on each site, enhancing community well-being through nature and recreation. Furthermore, we prioritize sustainability, incorporating urban drainage systems in each pocket park. Following topographic curves, these systems ensure water collection and filtration through bioswale planning and infrastructure systems reaching the river from underground, so that the atmospheric cycle increases the water quality, strengthens the fauna and flora habitats, and provides a more sustainable community.
Good afternoon, we are Group 7 and our project is called A Project for the Collection and Management of Solid Waste Through Recycling Points. It consists in the construction of recollection spaces at strategic points that allow adequate waste management and help reduce the problems related to garbage present in the Montreal neighborhood. Furthermore, these spaces will allow interaction between different social groups and will be part of the public space. The design is based on bamboo and seeks to encourage interaction between users and the environment through 6 different proposals. The project also includes training residents to use the containers, classified into 4 types of waste, that will be transported to the transfer plant Las Mulas. A construction cost has been estimated at $142,000 and will benefit 2,456 families.
Hello, we are going to present our project which involves the planning and implementation of Bike Week in the Colonia Montreal. The Bike Week project aims to create a route with proper signage that covers all the communities within the intervention area, addressing the reduced rates of waves that have turned many areas into exclusive pedestrian zone. This proposal seeks to provide an efficient alternative for transportation through bike routes adaptable to local conditions, seamlessly integrated with existing infrastructure such as Avenida Montreal. The goal is to reduce commuting time for residents, addressing the limited transportation options and promoting a more sustainable and healthier mobility solutions for the community. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I hope you are having a good day. Today we are going to show you an abstract of our urban improvement plan. And to begin with, our vision of development is called Natural Integration Plan Montreal. 2040. The main objectives of this plan are to take up the natural elements of the existing environment, like the green area and the axis of the creek, and transform them into structuring elements that dynamize the area, taking advantage of the social environment and natural resources. The intention is to create a green heart for the Montreal neighborhood and transforming barriers into connections. The project we are presenting today takes up three objectives of the entire improvement plan. Number one, restore environmental spaces. Number two, integrate storm drainage into the Quebrada Las Pringas stream. And the last one, implement waste and water management strategies. We have 7 criteria on which the project is based: adequate connections between the urban and natural context, gradual demand of channeled water volume, permeability of the riverbed, erosion resistance, filtering, cleaning and maintenance systems, integration with the ecopark, and the relationship between habitability and risk. And finally, we propose 4 types of cross-sections, depending on its location on the axis of the creek, where we detail lining strategies, shape, and edge treatment. We have 4 types: a section on the beginning and at the end of the creek, on a curb, and on the high-density housing zone. Thank you very much.